Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode 2 of season 2 of Beantown vs. Big Apple Sports. I'm your host, Nico Levasseur, joined once again by my co-hosts, Alex Green and Reed Becker. Today we'll be discussing the New England Patriots, the New York Giants, and the New York Jets as the NFL approaches the midway point of the season. So, Alex, how have the Patriots been doing this season?
So the Patriots have not been playing up to expectations this season. There have, however, been in a few closer games that they could have easily won. You think about Week 1 against Miami, the Damian Harris fumble. Week 4 against Tampa Bay, the Folk missed field goal. And then, obviously, last week against the Cowboys, they lost in overtime. So they've had a lot of close games this season. And the biggest story in New England right now is that Brady's replacement, Mac Jones, has been playing all right. It seems like the playbook has been simplified a little bit for him, though. And since he is a rookie, you don't want to put too much pressure on him. So it is hard to kind of judge his performance based on the playbook, and it's just how simple it is. He hasn't really been able to show what he has to offer. As for his receivers, they have been underwhelming. Kendrick Bourne and Nelson Aguilar have both had their moments this season, but for the most part, they have both been inconsistent and have made some key drops. Aguilar last week, and one actually last week against the Cowboys, and the two tight ends, Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith, have also been underperforming. That's probably due to the fact that Josh McDaniels' play calling has not been good. Henry started to pick things up as of late, but Jonnu has been disappeared pretty much the past couple of weeks. And I think that the Patriots are heading in the right direction, but they still have a little bit of a ways to go before they make the playoffs.
Yeah, I think for the Patriots, I think it's really, for people up here, I'm not from here, but people up here, I think, are kind of getting the taste of what it's like to have a post-Brady effect, having been, quite honestly, quite frankly, spoiled for the past 19-plus years with Brady. So I think the Patriots fans are starting to get the real taste of what it's like to actually go through a rebuilding phase. And I think coming into the season, they had a wild card chance, but if you can't close the deal at the end when the crunch time matters, then the Patriots are going to be sitting home when the playoffs come and Brady's on his way to the playoffs again in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I agree. It's been pretty frustrating that they've been losing these winnable games, but I think they're on the right path.
I mean, you have Aguilar, who hasn't been able to catch anything since his Philadelphia days, and I guess he brought up the cheesesteak sauce from Philadelphia up to New England because he can't catch anything, rather.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like he's really doing so well. It's like, moving on. Reed, how have the Giants been doing this season?
So the Giants have actually been doing worse. They've been struggling as their defense has not been performing to even an average level this season. The offense has also been struggling, though. You have Daniel Jones, the quarterback, still has his fumbling issues from last season, and he's not playing consistent football. Really, the only consistent football he was playing was in New Orleans when they had that big fourth quarter comeback. But ever since then, he hasn't been doing much. And also, the offensive line has not improved since the last season as well. And also, as of this recording, they have had several starters on offense like Saquon Barkley, Kenny Galladay, and rookie wide receiver Kadarius Toney are all injured. If they continue to struggle, though, this may be some big changes coming up in East Rutherford because the Giants could be looking for a new general manager as Dave Gettleman could be on the hot seat. I think you ask a lot of Giants fans, he is going to be the first guy to go if you ask them. And Daniel Jones also, they might be looking for a new quarterback because this is now Year 3, that's a big year for rookie quarterbacks.
Yeah, like you said, Reed, Daniel Jones, this was kind of his year to kind of prove to people that he could lead this Giants team. And as you mentioned, he has not been consistent at all this season. So I think Daniel Jones' time in New York is coming to an end, and I also think Dave Gettleman's time in New York is coming to an end as well, because he's had a couple seasons now to kind of make some changes, and he just hasn't been able to do that.
He hasn't done anything to the offensive line, which has literally been their biggest weakness. And you come to New York from Carolina, you're going to have some big-time expectations, not as much as you would in Carolina. I think Gettleman's been behind the 8 ball with that.
Yeah, it seems to me the Giants have been struggling on defense, which is something they'll have to turn around if they want to start winning some games. Staying in East Rutherford, Reed, how have the Jets been doing this season? Tell me about the Jets.
So for the Jets, you have rookie quarterback Zach Wilson. He's been flat-out terrible. As of this recording, Wilson is on pace to break Peyton Manning's rookie interception record, which was at 28. Wilson's currently at 9. However, it's still only Wilson's rookie year, so you can't really be expecting too much out of him. I would say the big example of that would be Kyler Murray, his first year. not going to compare him to Kyler Murray at all right now, but Kyler Murray, he had a kind of wishy-washy, not up to par year in his rookie year, but since then now he's been an all-star. So you can't go off that right now. But additionally, with the Jets, they've been without their starting offensive lineman, Mekhi Becton, who has been resulting in less time for Wilson to throw from the pocket. For the Jets, like last year, they are still in the same boat, which is rebuilding, which is what they've been for like the past 10 years now. But the biggest concern for them is really how is Zach Wilson going to develop this season? And, I mean, you had the Adam Gase experiment, which kind of ruined Sam Darnold. Now he's doing great in Carolina. Or it could just be that the Jets' history of quarterbacks, will it be the same with Wilson? And right now, it's too early to say, but it's not looking good.
No, it's not, Reed. You mentioned Sam Darnold. He was kind of under this Adam Gase effect, and he left and was doing pretty decent in Carolina to start off the season, but he's kind of dropped down to the level of play we kind of expected from him this season in the past couple of weeks. And then, like you said, Zach Wilson, number 2 overall pick, has not looked good at all. It's only his rookie season, but again, number 2 pick, so you have high expectations for him in this Rutherford with the Jets. So hopefully he can turn it around, but we'll see what happens.
So the Jets, yeah, I definitely agree. They definitely will be rebuilding for a while. At this point, they'll be battling for the number 1 overall pick in the NFL draft. That's all the time we have for today. Join us next time when we discuss the Celtics, Nets, and Knicks as the NBA season has begun. All of Beantown versus Big Apple. Thank you very much.